Firestarter here, and welcome to my review of the SH Figuarts Mask Rider Ouja from Kamen Rider Ryuki. And we have here a silver box, which gives us a reminiscence of the old SH Figuarts box that was gray, that was uncolored, or at least two-toned. But we have been, Bandai has been, why me? I'm not from Bandai. There have been improvements in how the box treatment works, but we have here a themed Ryuki box with Mask Rider Ouja in purple or violet. I have no clue what color this is. And then we have here Kamen Rider Ryuki's symbol, Tamashi Nations Bandai, and his photo here, gradient and in treatment, Ouja, windows, Mask Rider Ouja. Like I mentioned on my vlog, I accidentally ripped it. Yeah, me! Mask Rider Ouja, Ouja, and at the back, some of the simple style and heroic action, the Advent and Sword Vent. Now, as you can notice that there's no Vino sneaker included. I think that is what Bandai has done after Knight and Ryuki. Now we don't have any animals included in most of the SH Figuarts Ryuki line, so expect some slight modifications on how these are marketed in their store. So Torque is coming, or I forgot what's his name. He's coming soon in the following months, but expect that he won't be there's no animal or monster included on the package. Now, without further ado, let's open the box and let's see the contents. And these are the accessories for Kamen Rider Ouja. We have the sword vent, and we have here the Vino visor that opens up, so you can insert the cards in here, then you can close it like that. And we have a soft mouth here, so you can adjust the levels on how you want it to be. If you want it closed, just adjust it properly. If you want it open, just spread the mouth. And we have a cool feature on the Vino staff or Vino visor. Pretty cool. And we have here some of the advents. We have here the sword vent, the Vino sneaker, steel vent to steal the weapons from other riders, and the Vino sneaker. I think this is the final vent from my understanding. And we have additional 2 cards for just blank cards from my understanding. And we have different levels of relax hands. There are 5 of them. We have 5 holding hands to hold the sword and the Vino visor. And we have here 2 holding hands for the cards. See? Which is kind of cool, and it's a first in the Ryuki line. So that's all of the accessories. And yeah, there's no snake, there's no Vino sneaker. So let's move on to the figure. And we have here Burakawa! No, just kidding. We have here Kamen Rider Ouja. Some of the articulation points with the head, which is kind of nice because you can see the levels here for the head, so it covers the ball joint underneath. We have shoulders that goes up, shoulder pads that flip up and down, but it's hindered to raise a full 180 degree because of the huge accent here that represents the hind ears of a cobra. And upper torso, shoulders, and I have a problem with the shoulders, the waist joint, because it was previously covered with plastic, so when you take that one out by taking these parts out, or after you pop those, it becomes loose. So try to be careful on that. And we have here his belt. Oh, it's reverse. Wait, let me just flip this one and get back to you. And we're back. Now the belt is on the right side, and just like Ryuki and Knight, this card goes out, and then you can just insert it back in. It's secure, so it won't fall off. We have here some of the joints, like I mentioned earlier, some of the familiar hip joints, just like Kamen Rider Ryuki and Knight. And I love the way they did the foot design, or the engineering of it. It's the best so far in my opinion, so that's why I'm loving all the Ryuki line so far. So we have double joints, and some of the accents you can see here that represents a cobra, king cobra to be exact, if I'm not mistaken. And you can easily see some of the details underneath that big shoulder thingy. I mean, there's nothing else to talk about Kamen Rider Ouja because he doesn't have any contact monsters included, unlike Ryuki and Knight. So do expect some of the other riders in the Ryuki line to have less accessories, or without a monster. My educated guess would be Bandai would be selling them in a separate set. For example, for Torque and Ouja, they will be on one box if they are like good enough to put everything, all the contract monsters in one box. It's just my educated guess. And just to complete the thing, let's just remove the default fist hands with holding hands to hold the Vino visor and the sword vent. And just pop everything back in. And I was asked before that do you feel iffy when you take out the hands and replace it with holding hands? No, actually, that's a thing I like about SH Figuarts. You feel secure when you take out those weapons, and then, or I mean those hands, and then to replace them with other parts. So I do feel secure because they really do feel sturdy. So I don't have any problems taking those out and putting back in. I rarely hear about stories of pegs or ball joints being ripped off or broken in half because of the constant changing of the hands. So with that, in my experience so far, I feel secure. So that's all about Ouja. Unfortunately, we don't have any Vino Snaker included, so if you have problems getting this just because it doesn't have any monster, that's okay, because this one is priced lesser than Ryuki and Knight. And if you're just starting to collect those, as of this post, Ryuki and Knight has become rare items so far, but don't fret, those figures will be re-released soon. I mean, for January and March of 2012. So until then, if you have a chance to get Ouja, he is still available in most of the Japanese online shops to get one. See, if you want to know the possibilities for this figure, do check out the photos at the end of the video, and do click subscribe for more reviews in this channel. Thank you very much for watching. This is Firestarter. Until my next review.